Hey, Tony here of Air Guns, Air Rifles, and Pistols, and today I have the Hatsan Bullmaster semi-automatic PCP air rifle in 22 caliber. This 250 bar fill, 500cc, bottle-fed, semi-automatic PCP air rifle is a little different than the norm. Like most Hatsans, synthetic stock is an option. It has storage for the two magazines on the side. These are both 12-shot mags and 22 caliber. In addition to that, in the actual breech itself, you can put a third magazine, feed it in here. You can see the bolt on the side. This is a semi-automatic. It is a little on the finicky side when it comes to pellets. Here we found the H&N Sniper Lights to be the ones that worked best with it. But as far as a fun-to-shoot rifle, it's amazing. It's so much fun. Trigger has your standard safety in front. As to what it can do, you can see on screen. We have a couple examples of 25-yard groups with this rifle. Over the chronograph, the rifle did about as well as expected. You get about 60 really good hunting quality shots out of it. Mind you, this is a 250 bar 500cc tank. You can get a lot more than that, but the first 60 are the ones that we feel are the most consistent. One thing we did notice as well is it was worthwhile pausing in between each shot by a couple seconds. Even though it is a semi-automatic rifle, this seemed to give us the most consistency. You can see a few dips here where, to be honest, we got a little excited with the rifle and we shot a little bit on the fast side. And with this rifle, it's easy to get excited. It might be an ugly beast, but it is so much fun to shoot. So when you put the magazine in, and I apologize, I just remembered this at the last moment. So you put her in, you slide it in as you normally would. But what I find is that you got to tip it up a little. You see that little tip? That little tip actually locks it in place. And if you don't do that little tip up, it's not going to work. So slide it in, standard magazine. First one goes in backwards, you know the drill. But when you slide it in, go all the way in and then make sure you're doing that tip up. You can see if you're not doing it right. If you take a look at the bottom there, you'll see it goes in, it has to go up. If it's not going up, you're not locked in place. So once again, you have to go in and then up. So finally, with the Bullmaster, put it in front of the decibel reader, we got a 87 and change average. Came out to about 87.1 as far as the decibel value when shooting from a couple feet away. That leaves us with our overall impression of the Bullmaster. Honestly, I wanted to hate it. I really didn't want to like it. It's kind of big. It's a little on the heavy side. For someone who likes bullpups, I found it a little heavy and ugly, but then you shoot it, and oh my god, it has to be one of the most fun PCP rifles that I've shot in years. Having that semi-automatic, having that each time you pull the trigger, it works. Yes, it's a little finicky when it comes to pellet types. Yes, it may not be the most accurate once you get out beyond 25-50 yards, but as a close-range hunting rifle, it has the power, it has the accuracy, it's good enough. And, oh my god, is this a fun rifle to shoot? So, what does that bring us to? That brings us to what our overall view and ratings are for this rifle. Well, where do we have the Bullmaster? Accuracy gets 3 pews. It's not the most accurate out there. It's great under 25 yards. It's passable up to 50 yards. Shootability, quality, and fun factor are through the roof. This is a really well-designed rifle. It's actually one of the first of the semi-automatics that, at least for me, seems to actually work. There are some issues with it. It is very pellet picky. It does like those H&N Sniper Lights in my experience. Others have found that theirs work a little differently. In general, though, the H&N pellets seem to be the way to go overall. This is not your standard PCP rifle. This is one that's meant for people who are enthusiasts. If you already have a PCP setup and you're looking for something that's just fun, yes, I would definitely recommend this. It's not a one-size-fits-all rifle, but the Bullmaster, it's a semi-auto. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun of a rifle than I was expecting it to be. Thank you so much, Hatsan, for the opportunity to shoot this one. I have to work on Mrs. Pew Pew Pew, see if I can get one myself. This is Tony from Airguns, Air Rifles, and Pistols, signing off, and Happy New Year.